It's your boy A Butta, and I'm back with another episode of Streets First Podcast. You already know how your boy do. I goes out and bring them out, you dig? Hey, this is sponsored by On Our Block, all right? I want y'all to know that this is a community banking platform that is helping dreamers, you get what I'm saying, build wealth from scratch. And what's a better way to do that? Through stories, be able to talk to people that, walk the same walks as you, coming from poverty, and then turn that into a certain type of wealth. We all have a different way of describing wealth, but let me put you on to something that I know. First thing first, man, I got my guy, Suga J here, you dig? He's Members Club, you know what I'm saying? CEO, you know what I mean? Former, he was a part of Harlem World, you know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, my man today is doing a lot of different things that I want to put y'all on to. Secondly, I got my other guy in the building, all right? C's from Black Ink, man. When I say that he's turned, you know what I'm saying, tattooing for the brothers to a whole nother level to make sure that the next generation know that you can show your artistry in a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my guy C's in the building. And last but not least, I got my guy, Platinum Award winning, okay? Grammy nominated, Harlem's own, DJ Webstar, you dig?
2000,
you know what I'm saying? Chicken noodle soup, you heard? My man is, when I say there's a whole different perspective on how you should look at what DJs are, I'm gonna put you on by talking to my guy, DJ Webstar. Shout out to all three of my guys being in the building. I appreciate all three of y'all for coming out, rocking out with your boy in the RSL Lounge. It's up to y'all if they want to applaud.
Let's make some noise for the
man. I'll let y'all know it's people in the building. You know what I'm saying? There's people in the building. Don't get it twisted. But we outside, man. We at the RSL Lounge, you know what I'm saying, on Grand Concourse, 150th, 151st. Want to make sure that you know we supporting black businesses. Shout out to my guy, Hitting Talent. You know what I'm saying? Shabby, I salute you. I wanted to show the world that I'm dealing with Hitting Talent. So salute to you, Shabby. You know what I mean? Fellas, what's really good?
Oh, man.
My two high school buddies. I went to graphic arts with both of y'all. I grew up in Harlem all day with you. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk real quick. Hey, just for the listeners, first thing first, I just want to ask you, this is for all three of y'all, but if I could ask y'all, because all three of y'all, we all have something in common, which is Harlem. You open up your store in Harlem. You do what you do in Harlem, like on a whole nother level, philanthropy. You done videos, you made sure that you understand what I'm saying. Harlem knew Suga J is in the building. I'm just asking you, starting with you, Web, what does Harlem mean to you, bro?
I mean, Harlem means everything to me. It's crazy. I sat down with the head person from Nike. It had to be like 2006 when I first did Chicken Noodle Soup, and he told me the highest selling shoe Nike ever had was the White Uptown. And he explained to me it started in Harlem, and then it spread it out to the rest of the boroughs, and then the rest of the world just took on to it. You know what I'm saying? So Harlem is the Mecca of the world, really, because United States is the Mecca. New York is the Mecca of the United States, and the Mecca of New York is Harlem. Everything comes from it. We set trends. We teach the world how to dress, how to walk, how to talk, and everything. You know what I'm saying? So Harlem means everything to me, and it's a blessing to be here and to be an important part in Harlem. And watching y'all growing up, y'all a little bit older than me, just watching what you did, seriously, you're a little bit. It's a funny joke, because I be calling them my uncles, but they only got me by like 2 years, something like that. That's it. But honestly, watching y'all grow and what y'all did, I know we getting into the interview and all that, but just watching what you did, I was in Gotchos when you killed Vince Carter.
Salute.
You killed one of the greatest, you killed a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? This is legendary. Watching Suga J, what he did with Harlem World being behind Mason, a whole bunch of other artists, and now seeing his transition to styling the world. You know what I'm saying? And then watching C's. I never seen a black tattoo artist before I seen you.
It was all about the Mexicans,
all I seen was
and then
I never even knew what tattoo shops was at.
Hey, yo, you ready? Do you know that tattooing was illegal 31 years from now?
Well,
in 93,
it makes sense.
92, it was illegal
Because
in
I
New
never
York City.
knew.
You
I never
couldn't
knew where a
support-
tattoo shop was
you
at.
couldn't-
You had to go like to 42nd
You know what I'm saying?
Street somewhere, or to a mall somewhere low. And I'd never seen it to see a black man owning something in Harlem and then being on TV and putting other black people on. Like y'all inspire me too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we are the generation that changed the trajectory of where we come from, because we all looked up to drug dealers. Drug dealers had more money than rappers when we was coming up in the 80s and 90s. So now when the younger generation see us doing it the legal way and the right way, we want to inspire our kids and our young ones, you know what I'm saying? And our nieces and nephews and everybody who look up to us. So I'm just happy to be on the panel, man.
Hey, yo.
I'm just happy to be here.
You hear my guy Webb? Look, you see what Harlem made him feel like? He just happy to be on the panel,
Yeah, I'm
man.
just
Because at
happy.
the end of the day, he came a long way. What's up, Cease? Can you explain to me a little bit, like, what made you say, you know what? And if I'm correct, let me know. Correct me. You were born in the Bronx, right? But at the end of the day, you wanted to bring to the world Black ink being in Harlem. Can you express to a little bit to the audience what Harlem means to you a little bit?
I mean, you gotta understand, being a kid from Uptown, we wasn't that far apart. We still
You know
connected.
that.
It was one little bridge. So
We crossed one right now, 49th. You'll be right there on Lennox Avenue. You can walk across.
We was
You
like,
right.
we was neighbors. Nigga.
Exactly.
You come right into Harlem and then you just feel like, you gotta understand from what we come from in the Bronx, you know, is ruins, and that era that we was in, that shit was, the South Bronx was kind of
different.
crazy.
It was
You know what I mean?
different.
It wasn't in Harlem, wasn't crazy, but y'all still had original, like, origin of black. You feel me? Like,
okay.
that felt like the greatness still there. You see the videos of Martin Luther King
Facts.
walking
Facts.
in Harlem. You see Malcolm
Facts.
X used to live in Harlem.
a
Like,
lot
you
of
see,
it.
exactly.
You're right.
So you
I get
see,
what you're saying.
you feel the greatness of blackness. You feel me?
That's
with
respectful.
with everything from the 80s, from that era, you could feel
that
that shit.
spirit
You
in
know what I
Harlem. I
mean?
feel you. I
From
feel you. That's
basketball
respectable.
to
That's true.
You can remember back in the days when we used to go to Rucker. Rucker was Rucker, yo.
Hey, yo, if it's a landmark, yo, when you look at New York, you would say Yankee Stadium, Madison Square Garden, Rucker Park. Go ahead.
And let's not forget the Apollo. Exactly.
But that's
Apollo.
I'm just
You
saying
feel
that
me?
I feel what you're saying from Harlem. Like, you can
So
feel that
it was
essence. Go ahead.
always like, yo, that was my playground when we was younger. You feel me? That's why I always used to be in Harlem. It was a different feeling. It was a different feeling. You had to get fly. You had to get some money. You know what I mean? You had to be about something when you came across that bridge. You know what I mean? So it was always something that, as I got older now, it was like, yo, what I'm doing, I'm getting in magazines, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it's to the point now, I want to bring something back to basically where I grew up at. Like, that was my playground. And it wasn't like, truthfully, we all looked up to drug dealers. Like
Real talk.
Like
You
we
know what
did,
it is,
you
streets
feel
first.
me? But it wasn't nothing like this. It was like, yo, I'm in an industry where I'm really, really minority, yo. I gotta show something, and I had to show out. You
That's
feel me?
what's up.
That's why I put all the black people on that was in my industry.
You started a whole different movement.
A whole different
A whole
joint, yo,
different movement.
and it was like, yo, this motherfucker in tattoos. Like, what the hell is that? No one would think that shit, but you gotta understand, there's money in that joint, and on top of that shit, it was a whole new thing that we could sit here and take over. Because as you can see when I started to now, it done blew out a whole nother level.
Hold on one second. Doing tattoos across the street from Foster Projects is crazy. Why it is, nigga.
Right off the top. But what you really can put, being that you said trailblazer, what you really can put though is what I like. I feel, as the next generation grow to understand and learn what you've done, your grandfather then. You know how people use that grandfather then? Like, when I say, there are people that I've been watching, like my guy Joaquin, Luau Dang, they've been doing some things a long time ago that is progress in Africa. So what I'm saying is their grandfather then, they come from that, and they put that work in to make sure that no matter where it goes, that it's turned into another level, but they kind of like put that work in from the ground up. That's what I'm saying that I saw in you that I grew up with, that I watched somebody that felt like, yo, you know what? We need to be looked at this way when it comes to tattoos. You get what I'm saying? That's why I brought that up. Like, I did my research. That's the one thing that I do. So in 92, 93, you couldn't promote tattoos in New York City. Like, all these signs and everything that everybody see today in 2024, it was illegal. Like, you may have to go downtown and all, but you could not promote that you did tattoos. So to see where it's at today and to see that you're the face of us, black people, to make sure that, you know, we have a significance of artistry and that, I had to support and promote that, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Sure. And I want to make sure that they know this, sure.
We salute you,
You hear
King.
what I'm telling you?
Yeah, that's a lot of
Please,
history.
like,
man.
real quick, bro. Like,
That's a lot of history.
I watched you, you know what I'm saying? When I say I grew up in Harlem, you know, Mace and Cam, they were right around the corner from me. You know what I mean? So to see, you know what I mean, where you have went to a whole nother level. Like, I'm talking about watching Dapper Dan pass the torch to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, going from music to seeing where you are today, like what did Harlem and that kind of like inspiration do for you? Because I know it played a big part on you. Me and you went to graphics together as well with C. So,
Right.
you know, explain a little bit of what Harlem made, you know, you feel like, you know what I mean?
Harlem is, you know, it's always been my backyard. You know, I was born in Harlem Hospital.
Talk to him nice.
Yeah, but I
Talk
was
to 'em
I was
nice.
raised. I had the best of both
A
worlds.
lot of
I
us
was
can't
ra-
control what mom and dad move and want to do.
Yeah, we was
But-
raised,
but when
raised like
talk
he
your
said, right
talk,
across
this
the
is what it
bridge.
count. This
You
is
know,
what it count.
Cedric Ave, with home of hip hop.
Just know on
Yeah.
that
So-
birth certificate.
It's Harlem Hospital. Yeah, it's
Alright.
Harlem Hospital.
That's all.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
a
very
different
different.
vibe. Make sure
but
you talk to
Harlem
him.
always
Yeah.
been in me. It's, you know, that's we get fresh, we get fly. It's a lifestyle. It's a branding. You know, we make our mark everywhere we go. So even stepping outside of Harlem is so much of an impact. You can tell a Harlem cat in any city, in any state. No disrespect to any other borough from New York, but when Harlem step out, we step out.
It's a world in
different.
itself.
Yeah, you can tell a difference. We always owned our look, and that was something that I always wanted to do. Be responsible for your own. Dare to be different. Don't dress like others. Walk in the room, own the room. Make people want to know, who are you? What do you do? It's beyond a business card. You fresh and you fly. People want to know who you are.
Different type of vibe.
I don't need no introduction.
Hope you can hear that.
Yeah.
Hope you can hear that.
So it was a little bit different for me. It's like I never wanted to fit in when I could stand out. And that was always Harlem for me. Like we fresh, we fly, we flashy, we humble though, and we know we confident.
Talk nice.
When we come in this joint.
Talk nice. You gonna feel the vibe.
So, you know, Harlem always been within me, and I make sure I carry that torch throughout every city and every state, everywhere I go. And I wanted that impact from the ones that came before me and the ones that's coming after me to inspire, to show people it's possible, man. Like, coming from this small little town where it's still Manhattan, we named it Harlem. That was just the upper part.
Hey man, I got a great question for y'all, right? Yeah. You know, in society right now, they throw out the word CEOs, COOs, things of that nature. So for all three of y'all, I'm just asking, like, how do y'all take the word CEO with the things that y'all doing? How do y'all express to the next generation, how important it is to be like the real COO, CEO, the philanthropist, like the business person of your enterprises?
Just owning your own, it's a lot of responsibility.
Exactly.
You got a lot of workers. Even if you got one or two, that's a lot to deal with. You know, being your own entrepreneur, people think it's easy, but it's a lot. It's an overhead.
It's a lot of. That's what I'm like. It's a lot of investing behind
Everybody's
this.
not a boss.
Okay.
But you know, we all play our position until you become that. And there's levels to it, though. You can't just be a worker and just feel like I'm gonna be a boss the next day. And that's where a lot of people get it confused. They be on the boat 1 minute and just feel like I could just jump off this boat and now I'm in a yacht. No, it don't go like that. It took me a while. It took me years, but I never jumped out the window, me personally. It was levels to it. I was an artist.
So as you starting your business, so CEO to,
But you
from worker to CEO. That's what I want to hear.
You gotta know, you gotta learn.
They need to hear that.
You gotta learn the process.
That's the part.
People skip the process.
Okay.
They skip the process and just want to go straight to the stars.
It don't work that way.
It don't even know, they haven't done their homework.
It do not work that way.
And they'll go right back down to the bottom, or you just be back in the float. But it's levels to it, and never skip. You can't skip the process.
Don't skip no levels.
Can't skip the process. So for me personally, it took me years to sponge up a lot of homework. And I never jumped off the ship or felt like it was ready for me until when it's time for me to sponge my sponge. Until I sponged up enough around the board, and that just
So
in
you
one
soaked
aspect.
up a lot
Yeah, I
first.
soaked it up being an artist. Then I wanted to know behind the scenes, working for a company. When I worked with Webster, then I worked with For Real Entertainment, as far as with Nelly and everything, just different aspects. And then I did the fashion. Then it's to the point, okay, now I'm ready to start my own. So it's like you can't just go from 0 to 60. That's only.
I know you hear it in the music.
Yeah, only
but
a very few.
That's what I want to make sure
overnight
they heard.
success, though.
Okay.
So it's a process, though. So I just tell people, just don't skip the process, man. Do your homework.
Yes.
Do your homework, man. And it's never too late to learn. And it's all right working for others until it's your time. But you gotta know when it's your time. Don't just feel like I learned something yesterday and I feel like I know it all tomorrow. Like, nah.
okay.
Or I see somebody do it, they make it look easy, so I can do it.
I just wanted to touch on that part, but you can speak on part.
That's
Yeah, that's a part.
So
that's
to
important.
piggyback on what you said, to answer your question, because so with the new generation, they hear the titles and they want to do it. They hear CEO, CFO, COO. First of all, a real boss knows he can't do all the work. I can't be the artist. I can't shoot the video. I can't mix the record. I can't do it. I can't be the stylist. I have to delegate these roles to other people. So part of it is being educated as well. You got to know what CEO means, Chief Executive Officer. CFO means Chief Financial Officer. COO means Chief Operating Officer. You have to know who to delegate these roles to. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to have somebody who
can't just anybody get that role.
So cool. Y'all all went to school together. Y'all all went to graphics
That
art.
matters.
All
go
three
ahead.
y'all went to graphics art together.
Facts.
You could have been a rapper, but he could have been good with the money, and he could have been good with operating. So now you're the so now you're the rapper, the CEO who started the company. He's good with finances, so he's the CFO, and he's good with operating and knowing who to delegate roles to people. So he's the COO. But if you don't know that, you just say I'm the CEO of the company, I'm the CEO. You don't even know what it means.
Educate yourself.
Education is the most important part of it, because if you don't know, you don't know.
So question, right? In y'all career, I'm just curious, when did y'all start learning about finances? Like, when did y'all start putting in perspective that finances is starting to come through and, it's time for me to open up bank accounts. It's time for me to make sure that I got a manager. When I say this, being that we was just talking about, CEOs and owning your business and stuff, Cease, you went from starting off Black Ink to now today, I could see you moving today now with your own IM network. So, highlight us a little bit when it comes to dealing with finances. You get what I'm saying? Because when I say, I don't think that people understand there's a whole nother level of understanding business and understanding owning your business to putting it in perspective. So this is the reason why I got you guys on the show. I want to make sure that you guys can express to people on how you guys are figuring this type of stuff out,
See,
bro.
well, my situation was a little bit different, you feel me? Because you gotta understand the tattoo industry is basically a rogue type of industry.
I was about to say, ain't that kind of like under the table type money? So this is
nobody really sits there and figure out how to, because it's a cash only situation, try to get business credit off the situation, or even try to build your business credit for enough for you could sit there and open up multiple shops, borrowing money from the bank.
just state to state, bro.
Exactly. So
Borrow
I had to learn
too.
certain.
Excuse me. Don't act like I don't know about Don't act like I don't know about Black Ink Brooklyn. Excuse me. My bad, but go ahead. Touch on some real shit. You
know
right.
what I mean? No one really, so I had to figure out a lot of that ish, and a lot of it took me sitting there actually drawing back from my artwork and really starting to learn the business side. Because sometimes when you're an artist, and same thing, you know, in music, sometimes you're artist and you try to do and you try to balance it out. Sometimes that shit don't work, you crash and fail. So I had to step back and really get to the business side. Because my thing is, right, if I can't prove the cash, you know what I mean, I don't get no credit for it. You know what I mean? And you getting all this cash, it's almost like being a drug dealer, but you can't prove that. You can't go to the bank and say, yo, let me get a loan for nothing.
Because the money you've been receiving, you understand on taxes that Uncle Sam is coming. So now this is why I want to make sure that the other people understand there's another side to this. When you're a real citizen making some real money in America.
Because you and then people don't understand
that's
this.
The part they don't get.
One people,
come on, bro.
A lot of people don't understand this. The tattoo industry was to wash money for like biker gangs and mob and shit like that. So when you're sitting there trying to construct certain things, you're like, damn, bro, how I'm gonna take it from that type of industry to this type of industry.
Yeah. So when John Gotti was coming to Harlem, he was coming to see you.
So here you go, man. See, I can't even tell.
Yeah. No, but you're saying some real shit because most people would just want the cash, not thinking about
the longevity.
I want the credit. I want to put something on the books because I want to be able to operate. I want to build my credit. I want to be able to get loans.
No one's gonna be able to tattoo forever. You know what I mean? Like 10 years.
It don't come with no health insurance. Don't come with no benefits. No 401k. No none of that.
None of that. And now the way my business is structured now,
you can give benefits to your workers now.
All of that.
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean?
You a trailblazer. We said it already. You a trailblazer. But this is what the information they need to know because they don't know this.
So just out of curiosity for you though, like being around some of the great people that y'all been around, right? Like what type of like financial advice did y'all get like for like building businesses and just being in the industry, just being around that kind of atmosphere? I'm not gonna lie to y'all,
I'm gonna tell y'all all this real quick.
Talk.
I'm gonna be real with you. Thank God for YouTube.
Okay.
I'm keeping 100 with you. A lot of things I had to reflect to, even from marketing, the business, I had to reflect back to, because they don't teach us that in the hood. Like we learn the basic breakdowns from the drug dealer, who's supposed to be the runner, who's supposed to be this, who's supposed the CEO is basically the kingpin. That's how it goes, you feel me? But the other type of structure, how you move, I learned all that shit from YouTube.
You
bro.
educated yourself on
I had to.
I'm glad he said that because the educational system is like crazy for us. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And I'm not trying, I know this is an educational program and we for the kids and all that, but I'm not trying to discourage nobody, but I ain't graduated high school.
You guys have figured out ways to be able to build wealth in your life. Yeah. And if people can hear your stories, they're going to be inspired and motivated to know that I can do that too. So I'm just saying that it's great that I'm able to, and I'm blessed to be able to get y'all on here because look, like he said, most people think if you can't graduate from high school, bro, that you're not gonna be nothing.
I was in the lunchroom every period, just like a lot of people was, playing crazy eights for money and gambling and having fun and doing stuff and hustling and everything. And I probably stayed in the 10th grade for like 4 years, so some crazy shit. And then I said, I'm not going no more. My mama and my grandmother, I come from a good family. They were so disappointed in me because my family's so religious, so like, they want to do everything right. They said, at least go take your GED test. I went and took my GED test and I passed it.
Okay.
The first time with a high score.
I didn't know this.
So I went and got my GED. But to go back a second, school don't teach us about saving your money. They don't teach us about building credit. They don't teach us about real estate. Why are we not teaching high school kids about real estate? Why are we not teaching kids how to save their money, about paying taxes, and none of that stuff? In 2001, I caught a gun charge. My family moved me to Atlanta. Some girls that liked me gave me some money. I have no money. They got me a Greyhound bus ticket from Atlanta to New York. I came back to New York. I started doing parties. I started getting popular. I ended up getting a record deal. My first song I made was Tone Wop. I couldn't get a deal from it because it was a Timberland beat, and I couldn't get it cleared. Then I made Chicken Noodle Soup off an original beat. Monty Littman, who owns Republic now, who just took over the whole music industry,
Shout out to him.
He gave me $1.7 million. He didn't give me cash. He gave me $425,000 cash. He gave me $212.5 cash up front. This is for your pocket. You get the other $212 when you turn your album in, when you have an album turned in. You know what I told him? Wow. Give me a week. I only did 2 records. I told him, give me a week to do a whole album. I went and had Tiana Taylor, I had Lil Mama, I had Bianca, I had Ron Browns, I had Murder Mook. I put all of them on their first albums and all that. And I turned in the album, I got the rest of the money. When I got the money, you know what I did with it? I spent it in Sin City. I'm not trying to, I'm keeping it real with you. I spent my money in Sin City and on jewelry. I don't have a driver's license still to this day.
Wow.
I bought cars, all kinds of shit. I was taking care of everybody. I ran through my money so fast. I spent probably $1 million in probably 3-4 months. Because you know why? I come from not having money. Nobody in my family ever had millions of dollars before. So when I got it, I didn't know what to do with it. Not only that, I wasn't taught it in school. They didn't teach me when you get your money, put this away for taxes. This is how you get around these taxes. Wow. Remember what Donald Trump said? No, I don't pay taxes because I'm smart. They don't teach us how to not pay all the taxes or how to put your family on payroll and your kids on payroll so they don't got to pay taxes on their money. They don't teach you if you put your money in this kind of fund for your kids, when they turn 18, they'll have $1 million when they grow up. They don't teach us all like this. So what I'm saying is, when I got the money, I didn't know what to do with it. And I lost it. I lose all my money because I ain't never had it before. I lose my record deal. So now I'm back from scratch. I have no money. I have no record deal. When I did my deal with Universal, they gave me a bunch of money up front. That's the only money that I got from them. These kids now, they not getting a bunch of money. They independent. But here's what happens.
They don't understand that business part.
But here's the mental part about it. They getting this money, right? And they getting these, they being famous overnight, and they got this 5 or 6 month run. And guess what? And then after that, it's over. So how do you recover from being on top of the world in 1 month and then being nobody the next month? It's like the pandemic. Everybody had money during the pandemic. We always drinking Azul and 42 and Dior and everything. And now, guess what? The whole country right now is poor. Nobody got no money right now.
And a lot of people can't deal with that.
So, you know, that's why suicide is up right now. This is why.
Talk to him.
No, it's deep. So we need to be educated on when we get the money, what to do with it. But they don't teach us that in school. So this is why this podcast is important, because if we can tell y'all the mistakes we made, y'all shouldn't make the same mistakes we made. We don't grow with money. We never had money before. So when we get money, if nobody teaches us what to do with it, if we never see nobody with it, we gonna do the wrong things with it because we never had it before.
So just out of curiosity, being that you said that, like, Suge, I saw you took your money and you went and you built Members Club. What is the idea behind Members Club?
Far as Members Club and me starting my own brand, it was the inspiration of just being responsible for your own.
Owning your look.
Stop looking like the rest. Own your look. It's just, I saw red carpets. It's like, who wore it best?
Okay.
They got the same outfit on. But they got this, you got the same Versace outfit, but who wore it best? So it's like, I never wanted to look like others.
Okay.
I wanted to walk in the room and own it. What is this you have on? Who is that by? I wanted to make Billboard wear. I wanted to make something that stands out when you walk in the room. I didn't want to be on no carpet. And who wore it best, or be in the club and me and him got the same sweater on. I gotta go stand on this side of the club because we looking like buddies like there. We done shopped at the same mannequin. I never wanted to be a mannequin. Facts. I saw people, let me get the whole mannequin. Let me get the head, the toe, down to the socks.
They wanted the whole mannequin.
Respectfully.
I got what you said.
I never was that. From Harlem, right?
Mm-hmm.
We mix and match. We could throw a white tee on with a designer if you wanted to.
Exactly.
With a fitted. We don't need Louis hat, Louis shirt, Louis.
I am the
That's
design.
different. Yeah, so it's just, the inspiration was to not look like others. Create a brand that's gonna stand out and that's gonna separate you from the rest when you step in anywhere. And I saw a lot of designers taken from a lot of custom pieces that I was making for celebrities, local, get money people. You gotta put a tag behind it.
Okay.
Because I was only making one-to-ones for these people. And I said, you know what? Once the majors start jagging, I'm doing something right. I didn't take it as an insult. I took it as motivation and inspiration.
As you should.
For me, okay, cool. I didn't, no cease and desist, none of that. I'm from here.
Exactly.
Yep, it's an honor. They start taking my
see they
slogans.
watching.
I had Own Your Look, then I saw Fifth Ave, Own Your Style, Foot Locker, Own This, Own That. Everything was Own This, Own That. Then I saw then I came out with another campaign, Watch Me Work. I saw the NBA, Watch Me Work for the playoffs, this and that. And these were just my campaigns just for a new release. So I said, I'm doing something I need to be doing. Like, you know, but sometimes in life, you chase your passion and it leads you to your calling. We don't know that. But my passion was music. It led me to my calling, which was fashion, and it still go hand in hand.
Facts.
So when the music industry got oversaturated, I said, you know what? I'm gonna supply clothing to the industry. While everybody out trying to shop beats and shop records for their artists and this and that, it was too much. I started a record label. The artists, and we spoke earlier, it's no loyalty. They here today, going tomorrow, so it wasn't no loyalty. I went through all of this different phases to start my own company. So it's to go back to that, it's gonna be something you believe in. It might not work. Okay, cool. Gotta go back to the drawing board. Gotta figure it out. Try to start my own label, fan base. Had producers. Shout out fan base.
Shout out to fan base.
I had
nigga
made,
Ja.
I had producers that I put on major projects. No loyalty though. Soon as they come through with the new Benz or the new this, they on to the next. Cause they think the grass is greener. Pause. On the other side. But not knowing, it's the game. But it's no cheat code to life.
This all goes back to why I wanted y'all on the show. There are things that I understand about y'all that are trendsetters that I've watched the world take from y'all, but at the end of the day, if I don't give y'all a chance to expose how y'all see things,
It's all homework
I don't think that people won't be able to see it.
It's all homework and it's educational, man.
You know
Most
what I'm saying?
importantly. So this is why we all here though. This is homework, man. So we all family and we here for you, but we here to educate
That's
the
what
culture.
that's what I seen. I could hear from what he's started and he's built and he's trying to understand that. That's why I'm saying, like, from Members Club, I could look at what Black Ink and how you've modeled that and where you've went with that. That I'm saying that for seasons of it, express to the people what all of that is about, because you know that's the next level of it. I'm just saying when it came to networking, you know, you got picked up and they did seasons of this.
People don't understand, right?
Right. Yeah, get into
Like,
that.
It's another level.
It's a whole different level. Like when you sitting there and people sit there and be like, yo, it never was no overnight success. You feel me? It took forever. And for me, it took it even another role, because a lot of people don't understand that I was executive producer of Black Ink from season 1 to season 10. So no one really knew these new.
I didn't know that.
They didn't
Executive
really,
producer.
exactly.
That's crazy.
They didn't really know I was.
I'm doing my homework.
Yeah, I'm a motherfucker who's putting this shit together, and it took strength. And that's why I told you back. The business and talent had to push back, because even with the show, I had to make sure every season we made something even more juicy or something even more better. We gotta be in these tabloids, we gotta be this. So it was like everything led up to what we had to say a successful era just for reality TV.
Suge, I'm just curious, bro. Like, you've been in the industry, you've been around like Busta Rhymes, you make clothes for like Cameron right now, you design their stuff. You've been around Swiss, you've been around a lot. Like, can you explain to me like the influences that comes behind Members Club and all that you're doing with Members Club? Like, where does that all come from?
First off, shout out to everybody that rock with Members Club, man. I appreciate all the love and respect, and then for them even trusting and believing in my vision. That's first and foremost. You know, I don't pay attention to what's out there. I just create. I never watch other designers. I don't get caught up in trends. I create the trend. So when you start watching what's going on, what's next, what's new, then you start copying. I've never been that. So I don't even follow other designers, respectfully. The ones that came before me, shout out to Dapper Dan, shout out to 5001 Flavors, those are the ones that inspire me of doing custom. Custom, I learned that it's one-to-one. It's not to look like others. People will pay not to look like others. Where I come from is you never wanted to stand next to somebody that looked like others. We want to stand out.
On your look.
Yeah, that part. So I always wanted to be different, and I appreciate my peers and respecting and understanding. And most of them, they just tell me where they going, and I'm gonna tell you what to put on. So, you know, it's been an honor to work with the peers as such as the Busta Rhymes, the Cam'rons, and the Nellies. Webb and them came later. The C's, it's an honor, you know, for them to trust and believe my vision. So, you know, I continue to elevate the culture, do my part, man. Just inspiring the culture, but this thing didn't happen overnight, and it's something that's not made for everybody. It's something that's made to stand out. A lot of people are scared to stand out, and respectfully, it's cool. Everybody has their own vision, but you tell me where you're going, I'm gonna tell you how to dress. It's cool. We got some clean black though, but black could separate you differently though. We might have black when you get up on it, it's gonna be detailed out though, so it ain't gonna be your average black.
If there's anything that you could give the next generation about being a DJ, like I know they have a certain idea of what a DJ is, and that is just about showing up to clubs and playing music. Can you give them a perspective on what you learned? Because that's not what what a DJ is.
So a DJ main thing is his relationships with everybody. So I would say be the janitor, right? Nobody wants to be the janitor. The janitor does everything. He cleans, he knows, but here's what the janitor has. If you go into any big corporate building, or if you have any big, anything in life, the janitor has the keys to every door in the building. So when I say by the keys, he has the keys to every room, which means he has every relationship. The janitor knows the CEO, he knows the doorman, and everything in between.
He can learn and listen
Be the janitor. Use your keys, use your relationships. Your relationships is the most important thing you can have. Most people go to college. People pay all this money to go to college to get degrees in shit that they would never have a job in. You go to college to build relationship with people you can change the world with. Be the janitor. Have the keys to every door in the building. Figure out how to use your relationship and leverage them to be the greatest or to do or to change the world.
Like C's, like being on TV, I know that you probably like seen everywhere. How do you move in a way to where you're figuring out how to help the next generation, knowing that you're seeing so much, being in the space of TV?
See, it taught me a lot, being on TV that long and being in that industry. See, the difference between the music industry and the filming industry is basically it's content. Everything is driven by content now. Like if you was to drop a record right now, you're gonna be hot. But if you drop a series, it'll be hot for a minute.
You heard that?
So that's why a lot of people like 50, he got out of making music and he got to the power situation. Everybody has to understand that content runs the world now. There's so many people are starving for content, all these companies. People have to understand that's where the money comes from now, you feel me? Because people don't want to go outside no more. They want to watch it on their TV and on their internet, exactly. So what I learned with the whole joint is how the whole new hustle is. Before there was a hustle with the music, now the new hustle is content.
Content is the king, yes.
Exactly, bro. So me, when I made my own network and say, yo, I'm not even gonna do VH1 no more, I'm gonna do my own thing, I understood content was king. That's why Amazon and all them reached out to me and was like, yo, we'll do stuff with you. You feel me? Give me grants and so on. Because I started setting up my business aspect because 5 years in, I'm like, yo, I can't do reality TV forever. I already knew what was gonna be my out, you feel me? My out was already, once they already set me up with the knowledge of doing my own show and it's a hit, now really think about it. A super hit. I'm running TV basically. I'm walking in the office like, yo, I need me a hot chocolate right now, like doing dumb shit, Eminem. Like I'm doing that type of shit, you know what I mean? And I'm basically running the whole Tuesday night, Monday night, and I'm going after Love and Hip Hop, and we actually giving Love and Hip Hop a run for the money. You feel me? So when it was like that, it was like, yo, I'm going up against seasoned producers. I'm doing my thing. You feel me?
And you figuring it out. It's a different type of movement.
But then once I started realizing the commercials that's coming, I'm like, T-Mobile, Pampers. Yeah, they giving up that chicken. Hold on, I'm not getting that type of money. And then once I realized, like, oh, they don't give a fuck about the content. They really give a fuck about that commercial game. I was like, oh, nah, I gotta get in this game because it's crazy. Because the content, because motherfuckers be dumb enough to think, oh, the content is what it is. No, they don't care. They care about commercial to commercial. That content is
that leads to that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because them big corporate companies can't figure out how to market to the people who you got coming to your show every day.
Exactly. So that demographic, they hitting all the time, yo.
What's next, bro? Because look, Web, you're in the industry. You're in the music industry. You're around a lot of music people. You're around a lot of TV execs. You're around a lot of content makers, people in that industry. You're around a lot of designers. You're around a lot of people that's in that market to where at the end of the day, fashion matters. So I got fashion, I got TV, I got hip hop. I'm just asking y'all for the next generation, can you let them know what's going on? Starting from you, Web, let them know what's going on with you, bro.
I'm glad you asked that, because I wanted to say this, but I wanted to wait till the end of the show.
I ain't want to talk about Tiana Taylor too fast.
I ain't gonna talk about Tiana yet.
You don't want to throw that out there?
Yeah, me and Tiana doing a movie together.
No, we all from Harlem. Don't do that.
Me and Tiana doing a movie.
We'll leave that
I got
alone.
something more important than that.
We'll talk about that later. All right?
Shout out to Tiana Taylor.
We'll talk about that later.
That's my baby sis. I love her. So I'm working on the program with Leah Cohen. Leah Cohen, if you don't know who he is, that's the one I want. He was the president of Def Jam. He had everybody from LL Cool J all the way to DMX and Jay-Z. He's the president of YouTube right now. Yep. So we're working on a program called Future Insiders.
Which y'all don't know. You heard it? Future Insiders.
I partner with YouTube and did a program called Future Insiders, where we're building studios on all the projects on the east side of Harlem. And we're teaching kids. Yes. And we're teaching kids not how to be the rappers, but to be everything around them. So if your friend's a rapper, he needs a manager, he needs a videographer, he needs a photographer, he needs a stylist, he needs an engineer, everything that goes around it. So we're building programs in all the NYCHA programs and housing on the east side of Harlem, and we're teaching everything to go around the artist. Everybody's a rapper, but nobody knows what it takes to get the rapper to the next level. So we're literally right now, like Johnson, Wagner, Mitch, all the projects on the east side of Harlem we're building. So me and Leah Cohen partner up and do that, and that's what I'm working on right now. That's the main thing. But besides that, me and Tiana is doing a movie called Get Light. Shout out to Tiana Taylor. Get Light is a movie based around our lives and how we started a movement called Light Feet. And we, made records like Chicken Noodle Soup and 5,000 and Lip Gloss and Aunt Jackie with me, Tiana Taylor, and Jason, a bunch of us. It's she did a deal with Paramount, and she just called me to be one of the producers on the show, so I'm excited about that.
Whole nother level, you heard? Don't act like y'all don't hear what my man Webstar is getting into, you dig? We talking movies, we talking YouTube.
We trying to get to Netflix.
We talking building and trying to make sure that we let the next generation know that at the end of the day, there's different outlet, different ways of how you look at what a leader is today. Especially when it comes to trying to build your own wealth from scratch. Is a whole nother way to speak about financial literacy. See, AOCs, talk to us, bro. I mean,
that Netflix
let me know what's next, because I know, but I would love for you to express to the people in the next generation, what does he's, building up Black Ink, what does he got going on next?
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, right? I feel like us as Black people, we're progressing, but sometimes it takes us that push to get us certain places. Mm-hmm. And seeing that a lot of doors, they have to be open, and we gotta kick them down. Nobody can really open the doors for us, feel me? Mm-hmm. Us for us. And I always see the situation like Kanye, with him going through the whole situation with Adidas. Certain shit that we created, we have to ask permission, basically, for almost anything.
Still on the string.
Even with TV and content being brought out. So my thing is just like this, you feel me? I feel like we need what we need for us. And I built my own streaming network for basically us. Streaming, straight, just like a Netflix situation, just like that. I'm working on content right now. You know, I'm getting movies and everything together, licensing deals and whatnot. I'm planning to drop it in 2 months. And really, it's really a project that I'm really doing that's really dear to my heart, because it not only shows us being tech savvy, but also pushing it to the next level, because we all have people who watch us, you know what I mean?
Right.
We all sat there and had people who idolize us as kids,
Right.
and we don't even know, like, we're role models to certain people that basically we're the leaders, you know what I mean? Especially coming from Harlem, we were always gonna be that next thing. For me, it's always been pushing the envelope. I was on TV, and I reached that the tattoo pinnacle. Like I'm kingpin. No one could sit here and say I'm the Hove of the tattooing situation.
Nice.
I did it. You feel me? My next thing is to take it a step further. Jay-Z shows us the blueprint. You feel me? You can't sit here and say that he went to the top, but then when he took it somewhere else, now it has to go somewhere else. We have to show the younger people there's ownership. We don't have to sit there and have a NBA league that we only us could be in. We have to think about, we gotta make it there. No, we can make our own league. We can make our own situation. We don't have to sit here and worry about somebody paying us for our talent.
That's right.
We determine how much we work. So at the end of the day, it's just for everybody, bro. Everybody gonna have their own inspiration. Just like Ice Cube made that 3-on-3 league, the big three. You know what I mean? This is for us. Exactly. So if people gonna sit here and take what we have, now it's time to take what we got.
That's
back,
right.
yo.
And that's what I'm really, really, truly feeling, that I want the next generation to be able to see this ain't your regular DJ. I know you look at rappers and feel like it's only about selling music. I know you look at DJs and think they only supposed to go spin records. I know you think somebody that might have did tattoos, they only supposed to do tattoos. But there's so many people out here that I see is in this fashion world that wants to make a mark. If you can give the next generation and the people what it takes to be in this industry of fashion, to be able to really own your look and show people, like, in their world, this is what swag is. Can you give us an idea of how Suge does it?
You know, to each his own. We all stand alone.
That's what it's about.
We all have a vision. You shall believe in your vision. Don't let nobody detour you from what you see and what you believe in. Sometimes people get sidetracked of, you should do things this way. You should do things that way. You should put a hit here. You should put a hit here. You should do. Your vision is your vision. You got to live with that. So whatever you believe in, run with it. The world gonna follow. And if it don't, you still got to live with it. Win, lose, or draw. So you might as well follow your heart. And that's for those that's inspiring to do anything. Whatever you believe in, forget what the naysayers or your company that's you around. Sometimes don't even let them know. Sometimes just do it. Don't, because sometimes that delays the process. You worried about what everyone else is telling you, what I should be doing, how I should be doing things, and you get sidetracked of where you need to be going. So most of the times, even when I decided, I just believed in what I believed in. I dropped when I wanted to drop and no one knew. And you just had to understand it and respect it and continue to brand it, to brand the world and say, that's hot, that's what it is.
When it comes to making sure that, we building on, making sure that we understand what we trying to build, I need y'all to make sure that y'all hearing what Suga J is saying, cause it's difficult sometimes when you understand how you're trying to help people see how to maneuver through everything that we've been through. So knowing that my guy is sitting up here explaining that, you know, if you don't mind, just give us, you know, an understanding of what it's like to be able to get through, you know what I mean, and be able to showcase what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? What's next, you know what I mean, as well? How do you do that?
What's next for myself and for Members Club, and when I say myself, because you're a reflection of your brand. You brand yourself, and that's always something I've always done. And it's a 50-50, it's a catch-22. You know, sometimes if you brand yourself too much, people might not like you. It brings more hate. People don't want to support you because it's who it is. But at the end of the day, dope sells itself.
Talk to him.
If it's hot, it's hot.
If it's hot, it's hot.
And no one is gonna brand your brand the way you brand it and the way you love it.
All better than you. I
take that all day than someone else putting a face in front of my brand or something I believe in. Of course, we'll get that later, but at the end of the day, if I'm putting it all on the line, I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm putting all the chips on the table. And if I got to be the face of it, I got to be the face of it until we could get X, Y, and Z to be the face of it, the brand, something I believe in and something I love it. So that goes out to anyone that's just starting a business or starting anything they doing. Believe in yourself first, because if you don't, nobody else will. And you got to make it believable.
Facts.
So, you know, just keep pushing, keep being different. That's most importantly.
Different.
Be different, man.
Follow us on Streets First Podcast on Instagram, Streets First PC on Twitter, Streets First Podcast on Facebook. Where they can follow you at, Suge?
Members Club, you know what it is. Members Club on Instagram, respectfully.com, respectfully brand on Instagram, Suge's Way on Instagram, and all the websites. Just Google me.
Respectfully.
You know what it is.
Where you at, Sid?
You already know, CEO, Black Ink Mobile, Caesar Black Ink, you heard?
Everywhere. Where they at, Web?
The real Webstar on every platform, AKA Party Week for your birthday.
On our block. You dig? That's the power. That's who we powered by. OnOurBlock.com. Sign up. Show us some love. I holla.
Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work.